So a little over 2 years ago, I started this very YouTube channel with one goal in mind. And that goal was to platinum every single Five Nights at Freddy's game. And as you can see, I have almost done it. But there's just one game that's been holding me back from this goal for the last few months. That's right, Ultimate Custom Night. And for the one reason that you guys are definitely familiar with, 50-20. But spoiler alert, that's right, I did it. Now, I was supposed to do this for 100k subs like well over a year ago. It's better late than never, am I right? I'm going to take you guys on the journey of conquering and platinuming the most complex FNAF game on PlayStation, covering how every mechanic works, every animatronic, for a total of 56 animatronics. And by the end of this video, you guys will just see what it took me to beat the hardest FNAF challenge ever. And no, before anyone says anything, this is not the last FNAF video on my channel. Do not worry. Let's do this! Ultimate Custom Night is not like any other mainline FNAF games. Unlike the other classic FNAF games, which have multiple nights that progress you up to the biggest challenge, being the Custom Night, UCN throws you right into it, giving you a whole roster of animatronics with AI values of 0 all the way to 20. It is literally one huge Ultimate Custom Night. See what I did there? Okay, sorry. Not only does the game not give you any type of build-up, but there's also a ton of controller binds I'm going to have to learn myself and remember. And yeah, I was super intimidated by this. Holy shit, there's so much that I'm doing. Oh, that's mask. What the fuck is this? I was so intimidated by this that I literally played UCN one time on February 15th, 2025. And then I did not touch this game at all again for a whole 9 months. But before I dipped for 9 months, I decided to go for the easiest trophy in the game, Consequences. For this, all you need to do is set the animatronic Old Man Consequences to the AI value of 1, and then catch his fish when he pops up by pressing square on your controller. Setting Old Man Consequences to only 1 AI and catching his fish actually activates an Easter egg that brings you to the Old Man Consequences ending from FNAF World. Upon entering the Easter egg and hopping into a nearby lake and doing the drowning ending, the trophy pops, officially starting my UCN journey. There is no turning back now. Now don't worry, I'm going to go over each Easter egg this game has to offer, and trust me, there is a lot. Heading back on UCN 9 months later, I was finally ready to actually lock in and get this final challenge done. And the first thing I did was actually learn the core mechanics of the game, as well as the controller binds. In total, your office has a left door, a right door, as well as a top vent and a bottom vent. And these doors can be opened and closed using the D-pad on your controller during any time of the night. And this includes even when you're on your cameras. The way each door can be opened is literally with the D-pad. Inside your office, you are also given the Freddy mask and flashlight from FNAF 2. To use the mask, it's the right bumper, and to use the flashlight, it's circle. What's good about UCN is that you can use your mask and flashlight at the same time, unlike FNAF 2. You guys will see later that being able to use the mask and the flashlight at the same time comes in clutch so much, and it's extremely nice. The office also features 5 different tools, being the power generator, the silent ventilation, the heater, the power AC, and lastly, the global music box. Each of these tools can be accessed in the night at any time by holding down the left trigger on your controller and then using using the D-pad to select the one you want. The office also features a desk fan, and of course, a monitor for us to access the cameras. Inside the camera system, there are 3 sections: the regular camera system, the vent system, which honestly is kind of useless, and the duct system, which will allow us to lure animatronics away. And yes, all of these mechanics will be used and have to be managed precisely in order to properly complete the hardest challenge this game has to offer. There is one mechanic in this game that I didn't mention, which is the power. The power really goes hand in hand with all the mechanics I just mentioned. Using all these mechanics and tools will drain the power. Every max mode that I've played, a big issue of mine has been managing power, and in UCN it's even worse, because literally everything uses power. In a night, you start with 101% power, and you could probably imagine that using each mechanic will drain the power, and you'd be right. All the doors, the fan, and these 4 tools fill the power bar by 1 usage each. The more mechanics that we use at once drains the power faster. Because of this, our favorite tool throughout this journey will be the power generator. What it does is it reduces the rate of the power consumption, and it makes 2 blocks of usage on the power bar drain as if it was only 1. So for example, if I have 2 doors closed, but I have the power generator on, only 1 section of the power bar will be filled instead of 2. I know this is a lot, but there are still some mechanics I need to cover real quick before we can move into learning the animatronics AI. The last 3 mechanics I want to cover is the ventilation, heat, and noise. There are several animatronics affected by heat, as well as several animatronics affected by noise, which we will go into more later. The way heat works in this game is as followed. Your office starts at 60 degrees Fahrenheit and will increase by 1 degree per second if there's nothing to cool the office, such as your power AC or your desk fan. The office can hit a max of 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and once that happens, you are pretty much screwed. You don't instantly fail the night, but the office getting to 120 degrees will allow certain animatronics to get into the office and ruin your run. To prevent this, you need to either use the fan or power AC depending on the situation. The desk fan will decrease the temperature in your office by 1 every half of a second, and your power AC will decrease the heat by 1 every quarter of a second. There's also a literal heater in the game, which will increase the heat in your office by an additional 1 degree every 0.25 seconds. And finally, the ventilation system. Ultimate Custom Night features another mechanic I will have to juggle, being ventilation. Throughout the night, you are forced to reset the ventilation every 45 seconds. Once the warning sign pops up on your screen to reset the vent, it will start draining. And as I mentioned before, you have exactly 50 seconds to reset the ventilation before your screen goes fully black. If your office is at 120 degrees, it will drain 2 times as fast, giving you only 22.5 seconds to reset the vent. If you fail to reset ventilation, your screen will fully fade black. And while this doesn't automatically kill you, it definitely guarantees your death, because what the hell are you supposed to do if your screen fully fades black? Now, technically, you have a full 50 seconds to reset ventilation, but the reason why I said 45 is because that's personally the longest that I would wait in a run. I would never wait the full 50 seconds. I know that was a lot, but we're finally done explaining the main mechanics of the game. The only one I didn't cover was silent ventilation, and that's because I have no goddamn clue what this does. I never use it in a single run of me playing. It's extremely useless, and I also did not cover the global music box, as I want to have a separate section on that in my video. But what I'll tell you for now is that the global music box automatically winds the puppet's box by 5 notches every second. Okay, so with the main mechanics explained, hopefully you guys can get a basic understanding of the tools that I will be using and can keep up with everything as I progress to 50/20. You guys are probably thinking that I started with a roster of only 5 to 10 animatronics. Well, you'd be wrong, because I started with a roster of 40 animatronics, all on 20 AI. When starting my UCN journey, I had a few people inform me that the proper starting point would be a roster of 40, and then 45, followed by 49, and then finally 50. 40/20 is a really easy starting point and can be learned super fast, especially for someone like me who is already familiar with FNAF and has done all the previous max modes. But the reason why 50/20 experts will tell you to start with 40/20 is so that you can get 8,000 points. In total, you can earn 10,000 points, which is the max, and that's how you could tell whether someone has completed 50/20 or not. In total, UCN features 4 office themes: the default office, a sister location theme which unlocks at 2,000 points, a FNAF theme which unlocks at 5,000 points, and finally the best office being the FNAF 4 style, which is the best office you can get because, as you can see, it is the brightest out of all of them. To unlock this office, I need to complete 40/20, which will earn me my 8,000 points. But before going into the strat and techniques that I use to beat 40/20, let's go over how all 40 animatronics work and what I did to counter all of them. When starting 40/20, the animatronics that you are going to want to include are only the ones that need the power generator to be countered, meaning we need to turn off all animatronics that use the heater and global music box. Literally anything that isn't the power jet and fan. This means you need to turn off the following animatronics: Chica, Foxy, Toy Freddy, The Puppet, Funtime Foxy, Rockstar Bonnie, Orville Elephant, Dead Bear, Music Man, and finally Lefty. And this is the official 40-20 roster I recommend to anyone, which will allow you to get 8,000 points for that FNAF 4 office. With that being said, it's time to cover all 40 animatronics in this roster. I'm going to cover each animatronic in the order that appears on the roster screen, which starts with classic FNAF 1 Freddy. Freddy has 5 different progression stages, which begin on the left side of your office, averaging anywhere from 30 to 45 seconds to reach your door depending on how hot your office is. The hotter it is in your office, the faster he will make it to your left door. Assuming Freddy is on AI level 20, it takes him about 10 seconds to make a movement to your left door with the cams up. But if it's approaching 120 degrees in your office, that 10-second movement turns into around 5 seconds, allowing him to get into your office and jump scare you. His AI progresses with a visual stage of 100, meaning each movement stage is 100. To stop Freddy, you need to make sure you close the left door when he is on his final movement, being 400. You know that you've successfully countered Freddy because you will hear a thud on the left door when closing it at 400 progress on his movement bar. Next up is Classic Bonnie, but I'm going to save the explanation on him until we move to 45-20, because both Bonnie and Foxy coincide with each other. Don't worry, I will fully get into that later. I'm also going to save the explanation on Chica and Toy Freddy till later, for very good reasons. Which means up next is Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica, which both work the exact same. Just like FNAF 2, they will appear in your office, forcing a blackout in your screen requiring you to put on your Freddy mask. But there are small differences. For example, Toy Chica has the chance to attack you every 14 seconds, and she is much more forgiving than Toy Bonnie. Every 14 seconds, Toy Chica's AI will roll a number between 0 and 59. If the number she rolls is lower than her AI number, she will spawn in the office. While she is in the office, a random value between 0 and 99 will start. And once you put your mask on, this number will count by 1 for every frame that your mask is on, until it reaches 200, allowing Toy Chica to leave your office. Toy Bonnie is basically the same in terms of AI, but he has the chance to attack every 15 seconds and he lasts longer in your office. Why the fuck? I had my... So... Like, how does Toy Bonnie jump scare me when I have my mask on? Hey, fat fuck, I'm one of you. You guys see the mask on? Like, here's my mask, I had it on. Like, both of these animatronics can be dealt with faster by looking at them through the mask. For example, when looking at Chica in the office with your mask on, this value that reaches 200 will instead go up by 3 for every frame that you look at Chica. But for Bonnie, it'll go up by only 2. Once you see either Toy Bonnie or Toy Chica turn in the other direction to leave the office, you can take off the mask. You do not need to wait until they fully leave. The way Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie jump scare you is them being in the office for longer than 250 frames. Once their number value in the office reaches 300, they will jump scare you. Moving on, it's time to cover the first vent animatronic, Mangle. In total, there are 5 vent animatronics: Mangle, Wither Chica, Springtrap, Molten Freddy, and Ennard. And you know what? I feel like it makes sense to cover them all together, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. The vent animatronics have one goal in mind. That's to crawl through the vents and ultimately make it to your office. The way the vent animatronics work is with a varied movement speed. Mangle starts with a movement of 3, Wither Chica starts with 6, and Molten Freddy starts with 8. But every 6 seconds, their speed will change to a random number anywhere from 1 to 10, which is half of their AI level. But as you guys can see on screen for Molten Freddy, it's different, him being the most dangerous vent animatronic. I forgot to close the vent. Fuck! Every 6 seconds, his speed will change, ranging anywhere from 2 to half of his AI level, plus 1. That's how movement speed works for the vent animatronics, but that's not all, because there's also something that determines their actual movement to the office. The vent system features 3 paths. The shortest path, which is 127 units long, the middle path, which is 242 units long, and the longest path that is 279 units long. Each vent animatronic has a set path of where they choose to go in that path to get to your office, except Mangle. He is the only one who will randomly choose a path, so with him, it's kind of a gamble. But these next 2 animatronics do take a certain path, being Wither Chica and Springtrap, who for some reason decide to take the longest goddamn path. And when they hit a corner while taking a turn, it will reset their movement speed all the way back to 1. And lastly, both Ennard and Molten Freddy will take the middle path, being 242 units. But they don't act the same. Ennard, for example, is only kind of visible for 20 frames, but a similarity they share is when turning corners, instead of their speed going back to 1, it stays at a steady 5. So now that I've given you guys a proper understanding on how each vent animatronic works, you are probably wondering how to counter their attacks. In the vent system, there's something called snares. These are basically like doors inside the vent, and if you activate it, it'll block the animatronic's path that they will run into and it will reset them back to the start. but this only works on Mangle and Withered Chica. Molten Freddy, Springtrap, and Ennard cannot be blocked, but honestly, it doesn't matter because you guys will see later in the video, I never used these snares in any of my runs, literally a single time. If Mangle makes it to the office vent similar to FNAF 2, she will hang from the ceiling and never leave your office. At this point, there's nothing that you can do but pray, as he will have a 1 in 30th chance to jump scare you every second that your monitor is flipped up. Her being in the office will destroy your noise within the office, allowing other animatronics to kill you. The best way to avoid all the vent animatronics is to make sure the top vent is closed in your office every time while lifting up your cams. By pressing up on your D-pad right before you open the cameras, you can listen for a donk sound, which means that the vent animatronic is no longer at the vent waiting to get into your office. Withered Chica pretty much acts the exact same, but when she reaches the vent opening, she literally just sits there like a fat ass, forcing all the animatronics in the vents to take a big whiff of her chicken asshole. Every animatronic in the vent will be blocked and can't get into the office except somehow for Mangle. She can literally just phase through Withered Chica's stinky dumper. I wish I could take one huge whiff of her feather hole. And when she's just sitting there in the vent like a fucking idiot, there's a 1 in 15th chance she can jump scare you every second that your monitor is flipped up. So half of the chance of Mangle. The final 3 animatronics being Springtrap, Ennard, and Molten Freddy all act the same once they've reached the office vent. When Molten Freddy reaches the office, he will play an audio cue that sounds like this. Once Ennard reaches the office, he also plays an audio cue. And lastly, when Springtrap reaches the office, he shows a visual cue. Once one of these 3 reach the office, their jump scare is determined by this equation. Assuming all animatronics are on 20, this means you only have 3.33 seconds before they will 100% jump scare you if you pull your cameras up. So just like Mangle, whenever you decide to open your camera, make sure you close that top vent until you hear a thud to ensure they've gone away. That is the vent animatronics explained, but we still have 30 animatronics to go over before we can move on how to properly beat 4020. Moving on to Balloon Boy and JJ, these two basically act the exact same every single time. Every time you pull up your cameras, the game chooses a number between 1 and 30. If this number is lower than BB or JJ's AI level, one of them will appear in the right side vent of your office. Once one of them show up in the vent, this equation starts playing in the background, which is 300 frames minus the AI levels times 5 frames. Since in my case, Balloon Boy's AI level is 20, this means I need to do 20 times 5, which is 100, and then do 300 minus 100, which is obviously 200. Now, if we do 200 frames divided by the amount of frames UCN runs at, which is 60, we get 3.33, which means from the moment that they get into your vent, you only have 3.33 seconds to react before Balloon Boy actually steps into your office. If he gets into your office, he will disable the use of your flashlight for 600 frames, which is equivalent to 10 seconds. But when JJ gets into your office, she will disable all your doors for 500 frames, which is exactly 8.33 seconds. The best way to deal with them is after you're in your cameras for 2 seconds, close the side vent until you hear this thud. In my opinion, if they are not already in the vents, it's best to open the cams, wait around 2 seconds, and then close the vent, because that will ensure that they've spawned in the vent and you can get rid of them guaranteed. Both JJ and Balloon Boy will be playing a major role later when taking on 5020, so stay tuned for that. Withered Bonnie is a pretty simple animatronic. Every 13 seconds, she has a 0 through 30th chance to spawn in the office. Like other animatronics, the game will roll a random number. If this number is lower than his AI level, he will spawn in the office. All you need to do is avoid going into the cameras during any 13-second interval. But if for some reason you can't and he spawns in your office, you need to throw on the mask immediately. While your mask is on, he has a 1 in 30th chance to leave every frame. If after 60 seconds he hasn't left, this will turn into a 1 in 15 chance for him to leave every frame. If he's in your office for more than 250 minus AI times 4 frames, we get 2.83 seconds max he can be in the office without the mask being on before ending your night. Avoid going on cams at every 13-second interval, or put on your mask immediately if he gets into your office and pray. Golden Freddy is an animatronic I die to in my runs, like, a lot. Okay. How about you just spread my ass cheeks open? Golden Freddy and Nightmare Balloon Boy are the 2 animatronics I died to the most in this game. They are both so goddamn annoying. Golden Freddy works exactly like how we did in FNAF 2. Every time the camera is flipped, the game chooses a number between 1 and 40. If this number that the game chooses is lower than his AI level, he will enter the office, which is a 52.5% chance if his AI is on level 20. When he enters the office, you have 80 minus his AI level of frames to throw on your mask and get him out of the office. This means if his AI is on level 20, you have exactly only 1 second to react before he kills you because you have 60 frames. But one issue I kept having with Golden Freddy is sometimes, well, actually a lot of times, I would throw in my mask way too fast, not giving him enough time to despawn. That's what I get. That's what I get for not, yeah, you know, one of my people in Discord literally told me I need to actually leave the mask on for longer than 2 goddamn seconds, so that's my fault. I just got killed by goddamn Kanye when he was doing his nitrous. This is called a 0 frame mask flip. Literally meaning I didn't even wait a full frame before taking my mask off. I was way too fast. The best way to deal with him is every time you lower your monitor, throw on your mask, but make sure you leave it on long enough so that Golden Freddy will actually disappear. The next group of animatronics to cover are the Phantom animatronics, making a return from FNAF 3, being Phantom Mangle, Phantom Freddy, and Phantom Balloon Boy. Phantom Mangle and Phantom Balloon Boy aren't really an issue, but Phantom Freddy is honestly kind of annoying to deal with. Let me explain. So firstly, none of these phantoms can end your night. They all act as distraction animatronics. Just like other animatronics, every time you open the monitor, the game will roll a number between 0 and 60. If this number is lower than Phantom Mangle's AI level, he will spawn on your cameras. When on your cameras, if you stare at him for more than 50 frames, which is equivalent or longer than 0.833 seconds, Mangle will pull down your cams, appear in your office, and increase your noise by 1 level for a total of 400 plus AI times 10 frames. So that means when Phantom Mangle gets into your office, he increases your noise for a total of 10 seconds. To counter Mr. Phantom's smegma cheeks, simply either lower your monitor or click on literally any other camera or camera system, such as the vent and duct system. Now, Phantom Freddy is interesting because he's an animatronic you can really never get rid of. He's kind of just in your office the whole time. When the night begins, Phantom Freddy has a value of 255, and every 0.25 seconds in the night, this number will be subtracted from his AI level divided by 5 plus 1. This means every quarter of a second, his value of 255 is decreased by 5, which also means that the value decreases by 20 a second, making him fade more into your office. If he fully fades into your office, he will jump scare you. Then, this resets his value, not back to 255, but to 1000. In order to control Phantom Freddy's value, you need to flash your light in the office. Every time that you flash your light, it increases his value by 5 every frame for a max of 400, and he will quickly fade away. The last Phantom animatronic I need to cover is Phantom Balloon Boy, who acts almost exactly the same as Phantom Mangle. When you're on the cams, if Phantom Balloon Boy is there, you need to click on a different cam or cam system to have him disappear. When you pull up the cams, the game picks a number between 0 and 50. If this number is lower than Phantom Smegmafart's AI level, he will appear on the camera and use this equation on screen to determine when he will jump scare you. If we do this equation using his AI level as 20, we get exactly 1 second to react on the cameras before Phantom BB attacks. He's not that much of an issue, which you guys will see in runs that we do. Moving on, we can go over the Nightmare animatronics, being Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Fredbear, and Nightmare. Nightmare Freddy acts pretty much the exact same as he did in FNAF 4. At the beginning of the night, he will spawn in Freddles until they decide to clap the cheeks of William Afton in the office. Every second that your camera is up, the game rolls a number between 0 and 30. If that number chosen is less than Nightmare Freddy's AI level, the Freddle will spawn in your office. In total, 5 Freddles can spawn in your office visually, but 7 need to spawn in your office for Freddy to jump scare you, which is like low-key a long time. This is not an issue because countering Nightmare Freddy is as simple as flashing the Freddles in your office. And since we flash the office so much anyway to get rid of Phantom Freddy and Nightmare Balloon Boy, getting rid of the Freddles is super easy. When 1 to 2 Freddles are in the office, your flashlight has a 1 in 20 chance to despawn the Freddles every frame. But when 3 Freddles hit your office, they have a 1 in 10 chance every frame. Up next is Nightmare Bonnie. And yes, he is a FNAF 4 character, but he is also a part of the plushie animatronics. In total, there are 3 plushie animatronics: Nightmare Bonnie, Circus Baby, and Nightmare Mangle. These 3 spawn in camera 2, and in order to get rid of them, you need to buy their plushies on camera 7 within 20 seconds or they will jump scare you. The way to buy these plushies are by using fast coins. Fast coins are currency within the game that can be randomly found on cameras, and there's also multiple ways to get them, such as shutting events successfully on an animatronic. Later in the video, I'm going to go in depth and explain an easy strat to farm fast coins on 50/20 mode. Each of the plushies costs exactly 20 fast coins. The way their cost is determined is by using their AI level, using the equation seen on screen, which equals out to a cost of 20 fast coins on 20 AI, as well as 15 fast coins if they are between 10 to 19 AI, and then 10 coins if they are between 1 to 9 AI. Now luckily, you don't need to worry about all 3 of them at the same time. One spawns at 1 AM, the next spawns at 3 AM, and the last spawns at 5 AM. Either of them can spawn at one of these times, but not at the same exact time. These animatronics are never going to be a big issue though, as staying on cam 2 will camstall these animatronics, allowing them to never get into your office. Moving on is Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare. Both of these animatronics are the exact same. Every 5 seconds that your cameras are up, the game runs a number between 0 and 40. If the number is less than the AI level of Fredbear and Nightmare, they both have a chance to spawn at either the left or right door. Once one of them enters your office, you will see their eyes at the door. Once they are there, you have exactly 3.33 seconds to close the door they are at, which is determined by this AI equation. Once you see him at the door, all you need to do is shut it, you'll hear a thud, and after half a second, they will leave. Jacko Chica is the next animatronic we're covering. She is the main reason why that you don't want the office to get super high in temperature. Who did I just die from? What? If the office is over 90 degrees, her progress will increase by AI times 2 every second that the office is 90 degrees or higher. But if the office temperature is under 100 degrees and you have both office doors closed, it will decrease her attack by 10 every frame. And once her progress reaches 500, she will attack. In order to counter her, the best way is to simply keep the office under 90 degrees. Nightmare is up next, and he is one of the most tedious animatronics to deal with in this game, because his attacks purely relies on your cursor placement. Oh, and then here comes Nightmare to like actually spread my dirty ass and just tickle me. If you couldn't tell by now, just like Sister Location, Ultimate Custom Night features a cursor on console, which is absolute aids to control, and I'll let you guys know now, these are my cursor sensitivity settings, and these are what worked best for me on my regular PS5 controller. How Nightmare works is he's pretty much in your office permanently. You need to keep your cursor out of his range, because if you keep it on him for too long, this happens. Oh no, I got too distracted! Something to remember is to pause your game, put your left stick sensitivity to the max. Because when you're in the office holding down R2 and using your left stick, you can quickly move from one side of the office to the other side to reset ventilation without risking being jump scared by him. On the screen now is a picture that shows where you can safely have your cursor on screen throughout the night, with the green representing the safe zone and all of red being the danger zone. Now, before I can give you tips on how to avoid him, let me explain how he works real quick. When the night starts, the game will roll a number between 1 and 6. If this number is rolled between 1 and 4, that means he is visible in the office. But if 5 or 6 is picked, that means he's somewhere in the corner of the office waiting to attack you. He picks a spot in the office every second until he is touched with the mouse cursor. Nightmare kind of works like Phantom Freddy in a way. He has a value starting of 255, and every frame your cursor is over him in the office, his value starts decreasing from 255 using the equation 20 divided by 5 plus 1. And if we divide this by 60, you get exactly 0.833 seconds to get your cursor off his face before he jump scares you. Assuming you're on console like me, I highly recommend you guys keep your cursor in the left bottom part of the office through the night. And when you are 100% forced to move your cursor, it's okay, because the solution is to have your R2 sensitivity to the max in the settings, and when you're holding down R2, you can quickly move over from one side of the office to the other side to reset ventilation without risking being jump scared by Nightmare. Moving on to Nightmare Balloon Boy, he is easily in my top 3 most animatronics that I will be dealing with in all my runs. He is such a simple animatronic to deal with, but he's seriously so goddamn annoying. I did not mean to flash that piece of shit. Piece of shit. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. I did not mean to flash that piece of shit! The way he works is extremely simple. Every time the monitor is flipped, a number between 0 and 40 is chosen. If this number is less than Nightmare Balloon Boy's AI level, he will stand up in the office. When he stands up, you have to flash him. Pause. And if you pull up the monitor without doing so, he will scare you. But another thing to note is if you flash him, pause again, while he's sitting down, he will also jump scare you. Best thing to do is get into habit of checking his stance every time you bring the cams down and act accordingly. This is an issue I had throughout like all my runs. I would either pull up the cameras and not flash him because I forgot, or I would flash the wrong side of the office, trying to flash Phantom Freddy, accidentally flashing Nightmare Balloon Boy while he's sitting down, also resulting in a silly death. Okay, I was flashing the fucking green dick. Oh my god! I keep... Dun 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 dun. I gotta go take a piss. I know we've been at this for a while, but there's only 16 animatronics left before we start moving on to the runs. Okay. Old Man Consequences. You guys may recognize him from the FNAF World Lake ending. This is an animatronic that cannot end your night, but he can make it super annoying if you fail to stay on top of his intervals. Oh god. Well, I just fucked that up because I didn't touch the fishing guy. You know the guy fishing? He's like the dude that sits on the moon for those movies.
I'm gonna get a fish. Oh, it's a fuck you.
Every 5 seconds, the game rolls a number between 0 and 29. If this number is less than the old fart's AI level, which is 20, his minigame will appear on screen with him fishing in a lake, requiring you to press square and catch his fish. The equation 250 minus his AI level times 5 frames is how long you have to catch his fish before failing. In our case, Old Man Consequences is on 20 AI. This means you only have 2.5 seconds to complete his minigame before it'll fail. And if you fail to catch his fish, he will lock your cameras. Fucking hate this game. But there are also other times where OMC gets in the way of other animatronics. I can't see anything because of the fat ass. Oh, look at me. This is him throwing his... Look guys, I'm fishing! And just in case you were wondering, once he appears on screen, you can't just spam the button to catch his fish. You have to accurately catch it, or he will just lock your cameras automatically. Next up is my baddie Ballora. Okay. Come to think of it, you know, since Ballora got in my office, I will just go fuck myself. God, I want her to fart on me so bad. Every 14 seconds, a number between 0 and 39 is rolled. If the number rolled is lower than Ballora's AI level, she will spawn on either the left door or the right door. Once Ballora starts approaching the office, she will play her music, which gets louder by 1 per frame. And once she reaches 100 frames into her attack, your office lights will start to flicker. Once Ballora's attack reaches 170 frames, she will jump scare you, ending your run. The best way to deal with Ballora is to make sure you have a good pair of headphones and make sure that studio audio is enabled. This will make sure that you will precisely hear what side Ballora is approaching from. If she is coming from the right door, you will hear her on your right side. No matter the AI level of Ballora, you have exactly 2.83 seconds to react. The next animatronic is rather a group instead of one, being Trash and the Gang, which consists of 3 characters: Mr. Can-Do, Number 1 Crate, and Bucket Bob. Firstly, Mr. Can-Do, easily one of the most annoying animatronics in this whole game. What he does to you is when you open your cams, his fat ass will be there covering up the whole goddamn camera. And trust me, this happened to me a lot. And I can't see anything. Hello? Okay. Like, who's this dick? Who's this dick? This is extremely annoying when trying to set up Mr. Hugs on Toy Freddy's camera or Deathcoin Funtime Foxy. Don't worry, I will explain what both of those mean eventually. Mr. Can-Do's AI equation is a little different from the typical animatronic. Every time you lift up your camera, the game runs an equation of 0 through 29 minus his AI level, which in this case is 20. If the number that is chosen equals between 1 and 8, he will spawn on one of those cameras, since there are 8 cameras in total. So for example, if the game chooses the number 28 and then subtracts Mr. Can-Do's AI level, which is 20, he will spawn on cam 8, being Toy Freddy's. To get rid of Mr. Can-Do, all you have to do is pull up the cams and then back out and he will be gone. But you guys will see in multiple of my runs, whenever he spawns on a camera, I just straight up leave because I get so frustrated with him being there. But you don't have to leave. Moving on to both Number 1 Crate and Bucket Bob, they both act pretty much the exact same. Every time you lift up your monitor, a number between 0 and 29 is rolled. If this number rolled is less than the AI level of Crate and Bob, they will spawn in the bottom left corner of your screen while in the office. Once Number 1 Crate appears, she will simply make a whispering sound that sounds like this.
Psst. Hey, over here. Get closer.
She will then continue to whisper like this every 7 seconds until Bucket Bob and her decide to jump scare.
Hey, I want to tell you something. Hey, down here. Hello, I wanted to ask you something.
While they sit in the bottom corner, they have a 50% chance to jump scare you every 3 seconds, with the jump scare lasting a total of 50 frames, which is equivalent to 0.83 seconds. But luckily, the next animatronic I'm going over can be countered, and is actually someone we want to keep spawning. Helpy has an AI and 40 chance to spawn every time the camera is pulled up, which on 20 AI means he has half a chance to spawn every single time. Once he does spawn, he will be on the left side of your office, near the fan on the dresser. And once you click him off, you will earn a fast coin. This helps us a ton while coin farming, which is something that we have to learn, and I will explain later in order to successfully complete 50-20 mode. The amount of time Helpy can be on the shelf before jump scaring you depends on this equation, which is 500 minus his AI level times 5, which in our case is 20 AI, meaning you have 6.6 seconds before he jump scares you. And just like the previous animatronic, his jump scare isn't lethal, just annoying. The next 3 animatronics to cover are the mediocre melodies, and these consist of 5 animatronics, all belonging to the duck system, being Happy Frog, Mr. Hippo, Pig Patch, Ned Bear, and lastly, Orville Elephant.
I didn't get out.
But for now, we don't need to focus on Nedbear or Orville, as they are not in the 4020 roster. So we will circle back to those two later. When looking at the duck system, Happy Frog and Pig Patch start on top of the left area, while Mr. Hippo starts at the top right. All three of these animatronics have the same AI chance to move. Every 1 second, the game will roll a number between 0 and 29. If that number is below Happy Frog's AI level, she will move in the ducks. This applies for Mr. Hippo and Pig Patch as well, but Mr. Hippo has that chance to move every 0.95 seconds, and Pig Patch has a chance to move every 0.9 seconds. Now honestly, these boys really aren't an issue because there are two ways to stop them: the audio lure and the heater. All three of these ducked animatronics can all be lured away by the audio lure. And not to get too ahead of myself, but later in the video, you guys are going to see a very common theme with the strategies I do, which consists of me putting the audio lure on the left side of the duck system because it just works. They cannot move at all or get to my office on the left side of the duck system. It's basically just cam stalling them, but inside of the duct. As I also mentioned, you can also use the heater to counter them, except Happy Frog. The heater doesn't do shit against her, but for Mr. Hippo and Pig Patch, every time the heater is on, a 1 in 50th chance for them to get pushed back is ran every 100 milliseconds. If this happens successfully, they will be pushed all the way back to the beginning of the duct. Now let's say for some reason you don't have the heater on, or an audio lure running. What will happen is they will eventually get to the left or right open duct, and if you've been in the cams for 0.5 seconds or longer, they have a 50% chance to jump scare you. But if they happen to head over to a closed duct for 30 seconds, they have a 1 in 3 chance to return to the middle area of the ducts. Moving on is Rockstar Freddy, who constantly begs for money. Oh my god. Please deposit, fuck you. Please deposit, fuck you. Please deposit, fuck you. Why is Rockstar Freddy doing the I show speed face? Did anyone notice that? It's doing the... Every 30 seconds, the game will roll a number between 0 and 29 to determine if Rockstar Fatass wants coins. If the number it rolls is less than his AI, once the 30 seconds is up, he will start demanding coins once you pull the cams down. And trust me, he will ask you over and over and over and over again for coins.
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Every 3 seconds, Rockstar Freddy will demand 5 coins, and if you fail to do this, he will start becoming impatient.
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Then if you don't do that, he will just start asking this.
Deposit, please deposit, please deposit.
And at this point, he will only ask you 3 times before ripping your ass crack to shreds in the office. But honestly, Rockstar Freddy is pretty forgivable. You get a total of 27 seconds before he jump scares you. So obviously the way to get rid of Rockstar Freddy would just be coughing up 5 of those fast coins.
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
But what's annoying is when you were trying to give him the 5 coins, you also have to be sure that you watch out for Nightmare on.
Please deposit 5 coins.
Oh my god, I can't. How am I supposed to deposit 5 coins? Another way to deal with him is by using the heater. If the heater is on for more than 50 frames, which is equivalent to 0.83 seconds, every second it will have a 50% chance to glitch him out and have him stop asking for coins. Rockstar Freddy's voice glitching has a 1 in 3 chance to happen every 250 milliseconds, with him twitching being a 2 in 3 chance while the heater is on. So you can leave the heater on for like literally only a second, and there's a good chance it will get rid of him.
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Our next 2 animatronics to cover are in the Rockstar family, being Rockstar Chica and Rockstar Foxy. Starting with Rockstar Chica, whose AI is entirely decided on the wet floor sign inside your office. When your cameras are down, Rockstar Chica starts counting down from 10. But once you lift up your camera, this countdown stops. Once the timer resumes and it gets to 0, the game will pick a number between 0 and 29. If the number rolled ends up being less than Rockstar Chica's AI level, she will spawn in either the left or right door. But if you put the wet floor sign on the door that she spawns at, she will be completely despawned, like my father when he got turned into roadkill. If Rockstar Chica remains at a door that the wet floor sign isn't occupying for a total of 900 frames, which is equivalent to 15 seconds, she will check 3 things. If the cams are up, if the door she's on isn't closed, and if you are not viewing the cameras she's on. And if all these things end up being checked correctly, she will jump scare your asshole.
Whoops! Looks like you're the one that slipped.
She's got a stupid ass voice.
Whoops! Look at
With this being said, you can keep Rockstar Chica on cam 2 and cam stall her, which is the right side, and she will never move. while keeping her wet floor sign on the left side so she can literally never get into the room. Rockstar Foxy is the only animatronic who actually has the chance to help you throughout the night. Every minute, Rockstar Foxy has the chance to spawn his parrot, which is determined by this equation. The game will roll a number between 0 and 39, and if this number is greater than Foxy's AI level plus 10, which in this case would be 30, the fat ass bird will spawn, and once you click it, the game will roll this equation, which means it rolls a number between 1 and 62 and then adds Foxy's AI level times 2. If the number generated ends up being under 60, his bird will give us 4 helping options. +1 power, the office at 50 degrees, soundproofing the office for 30 seconds, or 10 Faz coins. But if this equation ends up not solving in your favor, he will jump scare you, and it becomes a 32 chance that he can help you, but also a 68% chance that he won't, making it honestly not worth it, and you'll never see me take the gamble in a 50-20 run. We only have 5 more animatronics to cover before we can finally start actually completing some runs. The next 2 being El Chip and Funtime Chica. God, Funtime Chica is so bad, I want her to throw up on me. Both El Chip and Funtime Chica work pretty similar. Starting with El Chip, he acts like the sponsors in FNAF 6. Yo! Okay, you know what? Guys, I went to go reset the ventilation, and El Chip pops on the screen. What the fuck do you want me to do when that happens? Every 10 seconds, the game rolls a number between 0 and 29. If this level is less than his AI level, he will appear on screen showing 1 of 3 ads. And all you simply need to do is get rid of him by pressing the skip button, which is why during my 50-20 runs, every 10 seconds, I spam the skip button, which really doesn't give him the chance to spawn at all. Now, I don't recommend this, but when his ad displays, if you wait exactly 5 seconds or 300 frames, his ad will just entirely disappear, but that's not realistic to do during 50-20 mode. Funtime Chica will roll the same 0 and 29 chance that El Chip has every 35 seconds. When this successfully happens, she pops up on your screen and makes it distorted, which lasts anywhere from 200 to 499 frames, which is anywhere from 3.3 to 8.32 seconds. But this is only if visual effects are on in the menu. If you turn this off, she's not going to be able to do anything. Scrap Baby works the exact same with the 0 and 29 number generation. Every 5 seconds, a random number is rolled between 0 and 29 every time that the cameras are up. Once she appears in the office, she will use this exact same formula to determine when she looks up in the office. When she looks up, you have to use the bottom of your desk to shock her, which takes away 1% power. If she looks at you and you fail to shock her, every time that you open the monitor while she's looking at you, a random number between 0 and 99 will be generated. If this number is lower than her AI, she will kill you. And this runs for every frame that your camera is up while she's looking at you. She only attacks 1 time in the night though, so she's really not an issue. The last 2 animatronics I need to cover before we finally head on to my 40-20 run are both really simple. Starting with Afton. Every 29 seconds, Afton has a 1 in 4 chance to show up in the right vent, no matter his AI level. Once Afton starts attacking, you will hear him banging and the lights will start flickering. To determine how long you have to react to his attack is followed by his equation, which is 130 minus his AI level times 3, which on 20 AI means you only have 70 frames or 1.16 seconds to react to his attack before he gets in and claps your cheeks. And here's the thing, you have to keep the right vent closed the entire time he's attacking. You cannot close the vent while he attacks and then open it on the last frame, or he will still attack you. I closed... Hey, did you guys hear the big fucking metal door that slapped on the ground? Did anyone hear that? Did anyone hear the boom, boom? That I closed the door. Did anyone hear that? I had multiple runs where I did this. I was reacting way too fast and he jump scared me and I thought it was RNG. Turns out I'm just a fucking idiot. The 40th and last animatronic that we need to cover is Phone Guy. Every 20 seconds, the game will generate a number between 0 and 29. If this number ends up being less than Phone Guy's AI level, he will start his path in the office. This 20-second interval cannot happen when Dee Dee or EXO are in the office.
New and exciting career path.
Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh.
These are animatronics I haven't covered yet, but soon I will. When Phone Guy is in the office and you see this big-ass mute button across your screen, you obviously need to click it. This formula on screen determines how long you have to click the mute button, which in total is 259.8 frames or 4.33 seconds on 20 AI. If for some reason you don't click his mute button in time, Phone Guy will play a phone call from one of the FNAF games.
Hello. Hey, you're doing great.
One more thing I'd like to note is that if Phone Guy has been playing a phone call for a minute, he has a 50% chance to hang it up early. And that is finally the first 40 animatronics explained. I know that was a lot, but trust me, we're not even done. With that being said, let's finally start our first build up to 50-20 and earn my first 8,000 points to get the FNAF 4 office. While getting into 40-20, I had a lot of sloppy attempts. The only thing I could truly do when starting 40-20 was focus on getting precise but fast enough with using all the doors and vents correctly and not getting overwhelmed. But the most important thing that anyone can learn for 40-20, especially on console, is vent resets and office stalling. Vent resets on UCN is really tedious, especially because of the fact that you have to control a cursor while using the joystick of your controller. So before going into 40-20, please get familiar with this motion. Once you're ready to reset your ventilation, line up your cursor on the side of the office vent like this. This will line up the cursor with the reset button inside the cameras, so you can easily open the cameras, hit reset, and continue. This is what my vent resets looked like when I first started 40-20, but by the time I got to 50-20, they looked like this. I'm not saying you need to have super good vent resets, but definitely practice and you will be prepared to follow the strategy I used to beat 40-20. When loading into the night, we are going to need to do a specific setup to set us up for office stalling. Office stalling is a strategy that focuses on you being off the cameras and sitting in the office as long as you possibly can to avoid animatronics attacking, which is why people say the first 40 seconds of a night in 50-20 is so hard, but after that, it's an AFK simulator. When loading into 40-20, the setup goes like this. First thing you're going to want to do is open your cameras and at the same time, hold down the left trigger of your controller and use the D-pad to click down on the tools, which will immediately bring you to the power generator. Make sure you do not get off the power generator the entire night and make sure you keep your fan on the entire night. This will keep the office at a cool 60 degrees as well as keep your power maintained the entire night. This also makes it so any animatronics triggered by heat won't be able to attack us. When you're on the cams after turning on power, make sure to close the right vent and listen for either JJ or Balloon Boy to run into it. Then open it and immediately go to the duct system and throw an audio lure all the way on the left. Since the right duct is closed by default, Happy Frog, Fat Ass Hippo, and Piggy won't move at all, having them stalled the entire night. After placing down your audio lure, head over to the cam system and immediately go to cam 2. This will cam stall the following animatronics: Rockstar Chica, all 3 of the plushie animatronics. After you've gotten to cam 2, you can drop the cams, put on your Freddy mask to counter Golden Freddy, and that's it. That's the entire setup for 40-20. Very easy, right? Yeah, well, it took me a long time to get this strat down, and I failed a lot. Open this cam, power gen, and then duct system over here, cam system 2, and then I just have to survive. I need to just learn the motion. So it's this. Oh shit, that's not it. It's over here. Oh fucking shit. Remember not to get in the way of Night Marionette, or that'll ruin your whole night like I did. Oh my god, why? In the settings, you can max out your left stick sensitivity, and then when holding down R2, it allows you to move from one side of the office to the other super fast, avoiding Night Marionette. Be sure to flash Nightmare Balloon Boy when he stands up, and don't flash him when he sits down, or he'll ruin your night as well. Make sure that in the beginning of the night, once you pull down your monitor after doing the setup to flash any Freddles, put your mask on to counter Golden Freddy, listen for Ballora, and then honestly, just handle all the animatronics like I taught you earlier in the video, and you'll easily be able to get past this and earn your 8,000 points. But before I can show you guys my successful 40-20 run, there are 2 more things I want to cover first in this.
How unfortunate.
Piece of shit.
I know how much you like to fight, so I'll add a new problem to your night.
Piece of shit. That new face we just saw is Dee Dee.
How unfortunate.
Fuck you, how unfortunate. A secret animatronic that can add a character to the roster in the night. At the beginning of each night, Dee Dee has 4 1 in 10 chances that are added together. Once these chances are added together, it determines how many times she can spawn in a single night, with a max of 4. And she will appear every hour until all of her successful chances are used up, which is every 45 seconds. When she appears, she has a chance to spawn 1 of 22 characters, which are all the ones I've added on screen, plus 6 secret characters being Shadow Bonnie, Plush Trap, Nightmare Chica, Minarinas, Bonnet, and Lolbit. I will be covering all these secret characters once we head into my 50-20 coverage. Dee Dee can also bump up the AI of an animatronic you already have on your roster, but she can only do that if your animatronic AI is less than 5, and she can only set an animatronic's AI to a max of 10. Now, I feel like Dee Dee spawning a secret character is kind of rare, but literally my first encounter with Dee Dee, she ended up spawning a secret character, and I had no clue what was going on. Okay, who do you guys think she added? My dead father? Hi, Dad! Like...
Hi, Papa. I missed ya.
Fucking hate Dee Dee, bro. She's actually the worst character in this whole goddamn game. Who is that?
5 coins.
Oh god! That's the FNAF 2 thing! Oh god! you guys should know what to do at this point. So with enough yapping, it is finally time to move on and show you guys my successful 40-20 run and get the 8,000 points for the FNAF 4 office. But before that, let me show you where I died like a dumbass to Ballora at 4 a.m. during a good run.
Please, thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Oh, Lord. No, Ballora! Oh my God! Oh my God, that scared me. Holy shit, that scared me for some reason, the Helpy thing. I can't.
Please deposit 5 coins.
That was horrible. That was actually really bad.
You are for depositing 5 coins.
That was really bad, but I still did it somehow. I didn't mean to do that. That was really bad, but I somehow still did it. Fuck you, you stupid bird. Get away from me.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Okay. And...
Don't get distracted.
Please deposit 5 coins.
Freddy does.
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Don't get distracted.
Please deposit 5 coins. You are attempting to. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Don't get distracted.
Uh-oh.
Fuck yeah, buddy. Fuck yeah, buddy, and fuck yeah, buddy. Heck yeah, buddy, and heck yeah, buddy. Heck yeah, buddy, and heck yeah, buddy. Heck yeah, buddy, and heck yeah, buddy. Heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah, buddy. Heck yeah, buddy, and heck yeah, buddy.
After successfully beating a night, you are rewarded with one of 4 power-ups. Battery, which has you starting the night with 102%. Dee Dee Repel, which prevents Dee Dee from appearing on any night, but this doesn't work on XOR in 50/20 mode. Then there's Frigid, which starts the office temperature at 50 degrees instead of 60. And then lastly, there's 3 coins, which spawn you into the night with 3 Faz coins. All these power-ups are pretty much extremely useless, and I want to let you guys know that I won't be using any of them during my 50/20 runs. With 40/20 out of the way and the FNAF 4 office explained, it's time that we increase the roster, adding 5 more animatronics and work on completing 45/20 mode.
Kill me! Just fucking end me! Like,
Dude, what am I supposed to do when Rockstar Bonnie's in the office, Withered Bonnie's in the office, everyone's in the office, I gotta reset ventilation, I get an ad, I have Golden Freddy, I gotta put my mask on, I got Mary and I got Balloon Boy, like, what am I supposed to do? 45/20 adds the following animatronics: Puppet, Lefty, Classic Chica, Music Man, and finally Rockstar Bonnie. So before we can get into learning strategies for 45/20 and my experience, we have to cover how these animatronics work. Starting with the Puppet, the most goddamn annoying animatronic from FNAF 2, making a return with the mechanic of the music box. But honestly, it is nearly not as annoying to maintain in UCN. The Puppet's music box starts at and has a max wind of 100. It starts draining at a rate depending on this formula. This means every half a second, the music box will drain by 6 ticks until reaching 0, which is roughly 16.5 seconds you have until the music box drains all the way. Heading over to the Puppet's camera, which is cam 4, you can wind the music box manually, and by doing this, it will add 10 ticks to the music box every 0.3 seconds. But in 50/20, you literally don't have the time to do this. And on top of that, if we leave cam 2, William Afton, who is already suffering in his eternal hell, will get his ballsack smashed into the ground by whoever is on cam 2. This is where the global music box tool comes into play. Once you switch from the power generator to the global music box tool, it will add 5 ticks to the music box every second. And with a proper global music box strategy that I will be going over during my 45/20 run, this becomes super effective. If the Puppet box goes down to 0, the Puppet will escape the box and will now have a 33% chance every second that the camera is up to attack, ruining your night. Once the Puppet is out of her box, the night is pretty much over because she will start draining your ventilation by 1% every frame, giving you only 8.33 seconds or 499.8 frames to reset your ventilation. But either way, the Puppet will attack you. Classic Chica is the next animatronic added to the roster, and she also depends on the music box, just like Puppet. Chica has 3 checks to her AI. The first check is when we hear Chica being a fat ass in the kitchen with her pots and pans. The volume of the pots and pans varies depending on the location you are in. If you are on her cam being cam 4, it plays at 60 volume. And any other cam plays at 10. And then when you are in the office, it plays at 2 volume, being able to barely hear her. If Chica is playing with her pots and pans, that pretty much guarantees safety from her. Every 15 seconds, the game will roll a number between 0 and 39. If this number rolled ends up being less than her AI level, and the global music box isn't on, Chica will become unhappy and progress in her attack. If the global music box is on, she won't be able to roll that check. If Chica becomes unhappy with the music box, she will stop banging her pots and pans. If this happens, you need to change the music box to a different song on cam 4 to send her back to her original check where she's banging her pots and pans. If you hit 2 15-second intervals that successfully roll her AI chance to attack, she will reach a point where she has a 1 in 5 chance to attack you on every half a second that your monitor is up. Chica is really not that big of an issue at all though, because when you are handling the Puppet, it also handles Chica at the same exact time. The music box also claims our next 2 animatronics, being Lefty, which makes sense since Lefty is technically the Puppet, and Music Man. Lefty is affected by 3 things: the global music box, noise, and heat. Starting with noise, if the bar of noise is more than 1, Lefty will start rolling a number between 0 and 99. If this number rolled is lower than his AI level, he will add the amount of noise bars to his progression. Something to know though is that this 0 to 99 generation will occur every single frame that the noise meter is greater than 1, meaning in 1 second, this 0 to 99 generation will happen 60 times. This exact formula applies to temperature. Whenever the office is over 80 degrees, the AI in 99 generation happens every frame. And if it's successful, it will add 1 progress to Lefty's irritation meter. If the office exceeds 100 degrees, this same thing will happen, but it happens twice every frame. Meaning if the office is over 100 degrees, in literally 1 second, this will run 120 times. Whenever the music box is on, it decreases Lefty's irritation meter by 1 frame, which is super overpowered if you think about it. Lefty is really not much of an issue. In total, Lefty's irritation bar can reach a max of 1800. He has 6 stages that increase by 300 each time on cam 3, which means if for some reason you are sucking complete ass and get him to 1800 irritation, it would take a full 30 seconds of the global music box being on, or 1800 frames of the global box being on to reduce his irritation from max level back to 0. Once he does reach 1800 on his progress bar, he is 100% guaranteed to jump scare you every 1 second that your cams are up, unless you are cam stalling him on cam 3, but this is not realistic since we have to keep our camera on cam 2. Music Man hates noise, like seriously hates it. Because of this dick, he is the reason why you have to keep your office noise level to an absolute lowest. Just like Lefty, Music Man has an irritation level that can be fully maxed out before he kills you. In total, you can have 5 bars of noise in your office. Music Man can have a max of 10,000 irritation on his progression bar before he attacks you. If your noise meter is at 2 bars, the amount of irritation added to his progression is determined by this formula, which on 20 AI means 5 is added to his irritation bar every 0.2 seconds, which adds up fast, but trust me, it adds up even faster on 3 noise bars, because it will run that same exact formula, but instead of every 0.2 seconds, it's every frame, which means after only 1 second, since the game runs at 60 frames a second, it will have added 300 to his irritation bar. At 1 bar of noise, this will reduce 1 unit from his irritation level every frame, and once you are back to 0 noise, it will subtract 5 from his irritation meter every frame. So there definitely is a way to make a comeback if you've pissed him off. Just focus on getting your noise level down. But if you don't focus on that and his noise irritation ends up reaching anywhere from 5,000 and 6,500, he will start crashing his cymbals every 3 seconds, making this annoying ass sound. Between 6,500 and 8,000, he will crash his cymbals every 2 seconds, and once he's above 8,000, he crashes every second. Once he hits 10,000 irritation, it's over, and he will jump scare you. This is why it's so important to keep the noise down in the office, and one of those noise factors is Helpy. Every time he spawns, you need to make sure you click him on the dresser, because when he jump scares you with his horn, that adds 2,500 to Music Man's irritation bar.
5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Shut up, you
Can you give me a fucking minute to actually deposit?
Before moving on to 4520, I still need to cover one more animatronic, and that is Rockstar Bonnie. Just like Wither Bonnie, Rockstar Bonnie has an interval of 13 seconds, but he's much more annoying and is the reason why you need to avoid being on your cameras at any 13-second interval. On every second interval, if your cameras are up, Rockstar Bonnie rolls a number between 0 and 29. If this number rolled is less than Rockstar Bonnie's AI level, he will spawn in your office, which actually sucks balls. When Rockstar Bonnie spawns in your office, you can do one of 2 things. You could do what I do, which is quit the night, or you need to find Rockstar Bonnie's guitar, which spawns at the bottom left of one of 4 cams, which is the bottom left of cam 1, cam 2, cam 6, and cam 8. The reason why I leave the night is because when he spawns, it is literally impossible to hop on the cameras and find his guitar, especially on a controller. Anytime that I had Rockstar Bonnie spawn in, I didn't care what hour I was at, I would always leave. It's a guaranteed death trap if he enters the office. Once Rockstar Bonnie has been in the office for 900 frames, which is 15 seconds, the office lights will start to flicker, and then she will clap your cheeks. I beg you, just don't open your cams at any 13-second interval, and you will avoid her. With those new 5 threats added to our roster and explained, it's time to move on to how we are going to successfully conquer 4520. The first thing I did when starting 4520 is I put all the required animatronics on 5, so I can get the hang of the night's hardest mechanic, the global music box. 4020 was a free night, but 4520 is when the real struggle starts. When starting 4520, the initial setup is the exact same as 4020, but now we have to take into consideration these 4 animatronics. We can't just leave the power generator and fan on anymore. The power generator makes hella noise, which will piss off Music Man and Lefty, and without the global music box, Chica and Puppet will also get pissed off. So what are we gonna do to handle them? A strategy called GMB Cycle, which at first seems very intimidating because, well, it is, and I was super confused at first trying to understand it. So at every 14 seconds, oh shit. Wait, so at the 14-second mark, it's the global music box and the fan off. So at 31 seconds, it'll be power generator on, fan on. Okay. Every 15 seconds, Chica runs that global music box check as I explained to soothe Chica. And if we miss that 15-second mark, she's pretty much guaranteed to end your night. How did I die to Chica? How? We have to go to her cam and change the music box, but in the middle of a run, that is literally impossible. Using the global music box though, we could turn it on every 15 seconds to keep Chica in check. This is where the global music box cycle comes into play. In order to properly maintain the power and keep Chica, Lefty, and Puppet calm, we need to switch 15 seconds off the music box and then 15 seconds on the power generator with the fan on. This allows us to keep the noise level maintained, the power maintained, and the temperature maintained. When loading into 4520 after doing the initial setup, once you reach around 10 to 11 seconds on your timer, hold down the left trigger on your controller. Press up on your D-pad twice to quickly get to the music box tool, and make sure you select the global music box at 14 seconds while simultaneously turning off your fan. To turn off your fan, you need to click the right analog stick. You can't have your fan on at the same time as global music box because it'll use too much power. Then, around 29 seconds, be prepared to switch back to the power generator by pressing down on your D-pad while holding down the left trigger to fastly switch to the power generator while turning on the fan. You want to be sure that the power generator and fan get turned back on at 31 seconds. And then you repeat this. The global music box and fan off at every 14-second interval, and then the power generator and fan on at every 31-second interval. These are the exact timestamps that you need to follow the cycle. An easy way to remember this is to make sure that the global music box is on every 14-second and 44-second timestamp. And then the power generator and fan need to be on every timestamp ending in 1.0 and 31.0. Now with that being said, I was not able to get this cycle down for a while, and I played 4520 for literally an hour and 53 minutes, and in that time, I didn't cross 1 AM a single time. I spent the entire time memorizing the timestamps for the cycle, and during that time, I literally died, and died, and died. Oh my god, there's so fucking much going on. Oh my god! Oh my god! And died. Oh my god, I flashed him again! Fuck you! And died, and fucking died. I opened it too fast! Always. Fuck you! And then I failed to run from a stupid mistake at 3 AM. Oh, nice. Yeah, well, that's what I get. Oh well. That's what I get for being a piece of shit. I didn't even reset the ventilation. And mind you, this is only 4510, not even 4520 yet, and I literally just keep dying. Yeah, it's okay, I understand. You can kill me, I understand. I've been a bad boy this Easter. I understand real good, I understand. I've been a real bad boy, I know. Just kill me, bro, it's okay. I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do, man, I get it. No, I get it, I'm not even mad, I understand. Like, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad, for real. I'm not even mad. Just kill me. Yeah, I'm not even mad, for real. It's okay. My logic makes no sense, but since I kept failing, I just said screw it and moved on to 4520, and yeah, that didn't go well either, because the longer I play, the worse I get. Like, I don't know why my body just gets burnt out. I'm getting, like, burnt out. I hate that about myself, how that happens. More dead than my father at this point. I gave up for like a week because I was making no progress at all. And by the end of that 2-hour mark, I realized that all my deaths were just silly mistakes. I wasn't even dying because of the global music box cycle. I was dying because of stupid mistakes that I literally encountered in 4020. Oh my... No fucking way I just died to Nightmare. Dude. After taking a week break, I came back and kept having the same silly mistakes for like an hour, and I was starting to go crazy. I didn't reset ventilation. So I opened ventilation.
I open ventilation, but I don't press reset ventilation. I open ventilation,
and I just
don't press reset ventilation. I just close it like a fat idiot. I open ventilation.
This is like literally me. So look, guys, I'm playing, right? And I go... And I just sit here like a fucking idiot, and then I close it, and then I'm like, oh my god! Ah! And then I just like, I put my mask on, and then I'm dead. Like, please deposit. Fuck you. Please deposit. Fuck you. Please deposit. Fuck you. Again, guys. So I'm playing the game. Oh, hi, ventilation. Hi, how you doing? I'm just gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just not gonna reset the ventilation. I'm gonna close my camera again. Because I'm a fucking idiot. Hey, what the hell are you? Oh, fuck my little ass. Kill me! Just fucking end me! Like, Dude, what am I supposed to do when Rockstar Bonnie's in the office, Withered Bonnie's in the office, everyone's in the office, I gotta reset ventilation, I get an ad, I have Golden Freddy, I gotta put my mask on, I got Mary and I got Balloon Boy. Like, what am I supposed to do? Everyone's in my office having a tea party in my fucking office. They're all playing Uno in my office. Oh yeah, I'm gonna deal 7. Oh, you guys all get 7 cards. Oh yeah, oh, you didn't have your 7th card? Oh, yeah, let me give you your 7th card. What am I supposed to do when all of this shit is in my office? They were like having a party in my office. They're like throwing a they're a fucking quinceañera in my goddamn office. Like, what do they want? As you guys can see, the UCN struggle is already getting to me. But after a few hours of pushing through this hell, I finally got a good run. And here's how it went. Oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? What just happened? What happened?
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
I had 15 seconds left. I had 15 seconds left. Oh my god, I had 15 seconds. Yeah, so I stupidly died to Night Marionette, but honestly, I would have not won that run. I had 0% power at 4 minutes, 15 seconds. It's literally not possible at all to survive with 0 power. The next few runs I'd have would be good runs ended by simple mistakes. If it wasn't Night Marionette or the power, then it was literally like Nightmare Balloon Boy. I got to 5 AM again, and I was literally 12 seconds away from winning. I had great power, but watch what happened. I forgot about the music box. I forgot about the music box. I forgot about the music box. Oh my fucking god. I forgot about the music box. I had 9 seconds left! You suckin'! Yeah, so I forgot the music box interval, which resulted in my screen going all the way black. Honestly, I could have saved that if I closed the top vent while resetting ventilation like I had taught you guys. And as you guys saw, I died to Ennard and not the puppet. Now, I have no clue how this happened, but after taking a day break, I came back the next day, and after spending 5 hours and 16 minutes of endlessly failing, I locked the hell in. I started the night by doing the regular 40-20 setup, and for some reason, I turned the fan off, but don't worry, you guys are going to see that I fix it. I turned the power generator off and turned the global music box on at 14 seconds. At 31 seconds, I turned the fan back on when the office is around 90 degrees and switched to the power generator. I purposely waited until around 35 seconds to reset the ventilation while making sure to have the top vent and the side door closed. Then switched back to global music box at 41 seconds and turned my fan off. Turned the power generator and fan back on at 1 minute 1 second and followed the global music box cycle process until 3 AM. And by this point, I was so locked in, it finally felt like the winning run. I mean, do both these animatronics just want to fuck me at this point? Like, do you want to just fuck me at this point?
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
I don't have 5
Please
coins.
Deposit 5 coins. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
I thought I had 5 coins that whole time.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Oops, I had that open for too long again. Power management, man. I gotta get better with it. I know the power's bad. You guys don't have to fucking tell me in chat. Alright, that sounded a little rude. I'm sorry. I already know, though, the power's bad. What? No, that's not necessarily true, actually. No, that's not true.
Please deposit 5 coins. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
I'm just... Oh my god, the power generator. Oh no. And 10 seconds left. And I won. And I won. Okay, 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 what? Okay, 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 okay. Oh no, I spilled goof juice everywhere! Oh, and I cut my hand! I cut my hand! Ow! 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 Now, if you thought those characters that we've been dealing with are a challenge, these next 4 we are adding to the roster for 4920 change the way that the game works entirely. This includes the most RNG-induced animatronic within the whole game, Toy Freddy. Then there's Foxy, Orville Elephant, and Ned Bear. Before we can get into the meat and potatoes of 4920, I of course need to explain how each new addition works, starting with honestly the worst animatronic to deal with in all of UCN. Not because he's hard to deal with, it's because he's so unpredictable. Okay. The way Toy Freddy works is on Cam 8, he will be playing his own version of FNAF against Mr. Hugs from FNAF 6. In this game, there are 3 doors that Mr. Hugs can be at, and of course, you can close the door that he is at. Once you close the door Mr. Hugs is at, the game will roll a number between 0 and 29 every 10 seconds. If the number rolled is lower than Toy Freddy's AI level, Mr. Hugs will move to a door that is not closed. But it should be known that Mr. Hugs can move to the same door that he's currently at. So it's an additional 2 in 3 chance for him to pick a different door, and if you are on Toy Freddy's camera, Mr. Hugs cannot move at all. If Mr. Hugs moves to an unclosed door and stands there for more than 1000x AI times 5 frames, which on 20 AI is 900 frames, it will be game over for Freddy. And as a result of this, it will be game over for you. This is why Toy Freddy's RNG is so unpredictable, because he will be in his kill stage throughout the entire night. When he's in his kill stage, he has a 1 in 10 chance to jump scare you on every half-second interval that your camera is up. This is why office stalling is so important. The less time we spend on cams is the less chance that Toy Freddy has to kill us. But trust me, he is extremely unforgivable. Fuck you, Toy Freddy, you goddamn fat ass. And now that we're on 4920, I can finally explain Bonnie and Foxy. Since I specifically saved Bonnie for this, because Foxy and Bonnie both coincide with each other. They both camp Pirates Cove, which is on Cam 5. While one of them is at Pirates Cove, the other one is on your desk in the form of a figurine. Looking at Bonnie in Pirates Cove will result in him disabling your cameras for 250 plus AI times 20 frames, which is 11.67 seconds on 20 AI. You always want Bonnie to be on the office desk, never Foxy. Both the Foxy and Bonnie figurine have a 1 in 3 chance to change every 2 seconds when the camera is flipped up or down. The reason you don't want Foxy to be on the desk is because every frame he progresses by 1 plus H. H being the variable for whatever stage he's on at Pirate Cove, being either 0, 1, 2, or 3. The way Foxy progresses is by using the formula 1000 minus AI times 10. This equals a total of 800. So if Foxy hits a progression of 800 or more, he has a 2 in 3 chance to progress to his next stage at Pirate Cove. If Foxy progresses to stage 3, he will progress at 4 a second every frame that he's on the desk. Watching Foxy on Pirate Cove resets his H value back to 0, as well as his progress to the next stage. In total, Foxy has 10 stages. Stage 1 through 4 are the only stages that you can visibly see on the Pirate Cove Cove camera. But stages 5 to 9 act as his body parts that will start building in your office, and of course, you can imagine, if he fully builds, that's game over for you. Once a body part enters the room, Foxy will still progress at 1 per frame, and once his head has spawned on the desk, you better pray, because this is when Foxy is guaranteed to fuck your little butt cheeks. When his head is on the desk, he has a 1 in 10 chance to kill you every frame that you're in the cameras. So if he gets to this point, you really need to avoid opening your cams, and office stall as much as you possibly can. Once we start 4920, I will show you how ass dealing with Foxy is and what you can do to deal with him. But before we could do that, I still have 2 more animatronics I need to cover. Orville Elephant and Ned Bear. I fucking hate these guys, man. Like, they suck so much ass. They are a part of the mediocre melodies and hang out in the ducts just like Happy Frog, Hippo, and Pig Patch. Every 0.80 seconds for Orville and every 0.85 seconds for Ned Bear, the game rolls a number between 0 and 29. If this number is less than their AI levels, they will move in the duct system just like the other fat asses in the duct. As I discussed before, every duct animatronic is 100% fooled by the audio lure that we place on the left side of the duct, except Orville and Ned Bear. Like, of course, these goddamn fucks. Like, Orville is only fooled by the lure 10% of the time, and Ned Bear is fooled by it 50% of the time. The only true way to handle them is with the heater, which has a 1 in 50 chance every frame the heater is running to push them back to the start of the ducts. Since both the audio lure and heater aren't always guaranteed to work, they are both pretty annoying to deal with due to how insane their RNG is. When starting 4920, the setup is the same as 4020 and 4520, but after putting the audio lure in the duct system, head over to cam 8 and close the door that Mr. Hugs is on, and then go to cam 2, close the monitor, and deal with whoever is in the office. We are not going to touch Toy Freddy's camera again a single time throughout the night. Some people are going to tell you that you don't have to touch Toy Freddy's cam at all during the setup, but setting up his camera gives you a slight chance of better RNG since he can move back to the same camera with a closed door and allows us to stay in the cameras for just a little longer at the beginning if we need to. Now that I have the Toy Freddy setup down, before attempting 4920, I turned on only Bonnie, Foxy, and Toy Freddy, so I can learn how to properly deal with Foxy. When Foxy is on the table, the easiest way I found to deal with him is waiting 5 to 6 seconds with him on the desk. Close the left door and top vent, then flip the camera as fast as you can. Since Foxy's figurine has a 1 in 3 chance every 2 seconds to switch the Bonnie, if you wait those full 5 to 6 seconds, he's pretty much guaranteed to change the Bonnie. This is not always guaranteed to work though, and when it doesn't, it's pretty annoying. 3, 4, 5. And he didn't leave, this fat bitch. Whoa, can you leave, you fat shit? So basically, whenever Foxy's on the table, I have to wait 5 seconds. If he doesn't leave, then I have to just say fuck my life, close both the doors, and flip the cam until he leaves, while also making sure to not die from everything else. Awesome, awesome. With Foxy learned, now I just need to figure out how to deal with the 2 new duct animatronics. The only thing that somebody's got to remind me of is at 1:58, I gotta turn the heater on for 2 seconds to get rid of fat ass elephant. I honestly hated having to worry about Orville and Ned Bear, so what I did was turn on the heater, specifically when Rockstar Freddy wanted his 5 coins, during a power generator interval if the global music box cycle let me. Let me show you what I mean.
5 coins.
I mean, I'll just use the heater for a minute.
You are attempting to trick me.
As you guys can see, I am on the global music box interval, and right as I started around 44 seconds, I quickly switched to the heater for like literally a second to get rid of Rockstar Freddy. This also has the chance to push back Orville and Ned Bear. However you guys decide to deal with him is fine. Some people can maintain the heater, some can't. But if you are not extremely fast when vent resetting, I highly recommend that you use the heater at least once in the night to reduce the duct RNG. For some reason, I feel like that 4920 was actually a lot easier than 5920, and I was able to grasp the strategy of it pretty quickly. As I mentioned before, when starting 4920, you are going to want to do the initial setup we've gone over, and then after you do the setup, it's smooth sailing. Be sure to prioritize focusing on Foxy. Remember, if he's on the desk, wait around 5 to 6 seconds, flip your cams up, and then maintain Orville and Ned Bear. Fucking up real bad now. Now my power's all screwed up because I just did way too much. I just screwed up there. Oh, and Foxy's in the office because I forgot about him. Aw, man. Aw, man. Aw, man. Now, unfortunately for me, Foxy did get into the office, but I was able to save the run. Take a look. Aw, man. Aw, man. Joking? Fucking piece of shit, Foxy. Fucking piece of shit. Good for nothing. I mean, what do I do at this point? I don't even know what to do if Foxy's in the office. Do I try to get, do I try to get Bonnie in here? Or do I just say fuck my little ass and screw it?
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5. Thank you.
I mean, what do I do? Oh, Bonnie's in here. Whoa, Bonnie's in here. Whoa. Well, that's a lesson learned then. I understand now because I'm probably gonna die now. Okay, that's understandable. That's okay. I understand. Oh God. Wait. Hold on.
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Oh. I don't think you guys understand how lucky I got. Foxy's head was on the table for so long, and if I just office stalled and stopped using my power so much, I would have won. I was literally 2 seconds away from winning, but since I got 0% power, there was just no possible way to win that. And as you probably saw, my nerves were getting the best of me, and was definitely the reason why I lost that super close run. But hey, 2 seconds away from winning is pretty much winning. With 40-20, 45-20, and 49-20 complete, it's finally time to move on and finally get started on the infamous 50-20 mode, where we have to go against every single animatronic in the game. And there is only one thing that is between me and completing 50-20 at this point, and that is Femboy Foxy and XOR, who spawns 6 secret animatronics, which will really turn this into 56-20. But before we can start this hellish challenge that is 50-20, I need to first earn 5 miscellaneous trophies. These 5 trophies have us getting all the secret death dialogues, listening to all of Mr. Hippo's stories, viewing all the episodes of Sexy Anime Chica and Japanese Foxy and Freddy, and lastly, dying from all animatronics. Starting with the trophy endless, I literally just went through one by one, putting each animatronic on 20 difficulty until each animatronic jump scared me. In total, you need every lethal animatronic that can actually jump scare you to kill you, which is a list of all of these animatronics. Plus the 3 XOR secret animatronics being Bonnet, Plush Trap, and Nightmare Chica. In total, there are 6 XOR animatronics that he can spawn, but only 3 of them actually end our night. And lastly, we need the Easter egg animatronic Fredbear to kill us. In order to spawn each of the XOR animatronics, you need to play on 50-20, which will spawn XOR, and then wait for each of her secret animatronics to spawn and kill you, which is Nightmare Chica. Oh wait, yeah, yes, kill me! Kill me! End me! End me! Bonnet. Yes! Yes! Kill me! End me! End me! No! Yes! 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 Oh yeah! Oh yeah! And then finally, Plush Trap. Oh, I didn't... Oh. Now that we've been jump scared by all these animatronics, there's only one more animatronic I need to get jump scared by. To activate him, put only Golden Freddy on and put his AI to 1. Get enough fast coins to buy the death coin, which is 10. Head over to Camp 7, buy this coin that says 10, and keep your cursor on the death coin symbol in the top left corner of the office. Sit here spamming X and spam your cameras up and down so the instant that Golden Freddy spawns in the office, you can death coin him and get the trophy for having the last animatronic jump scare you. Fuck. Oh, wait, how does this work? I thought you guys said he could only be in. Okay. Yes, we got it. Yes. Awesome! And yeah, so that took me 2 hours and 10 minutes to get done. It was not fun. The next trophy I went for is stories. For this, I had to hear all of the Mr. Hippo stories. In total, there are 1 of 4 stories that you will hear from Mr. Hippo when dying from him. These stories are around 5 minutes long, and the thing about them is that once they start playing, you literally have to sit through them. You can't even quit the game, or it'll just start the stories right back up.
Ooh,
the river.
We were sitting
Oh my god, it's the same one! Close the game, but then it's not gonna do anything. If I close the game, it's still gonna make me listen to the story. Watch, even like, here, I'll restart it, but like, bro. So for the next 45 minutes, I had to go into a night, put the audio lore in the duck system, wait for Mr. Hippo to crawl to the open duck, and then have his story play. It got to the point where this was so goddamn boring, and I was live streaming this whole thing, so I just started scrolling on Instagram so my chat had something to actually look at while watching. You guys want to watch Instagram with me? Here, let's watch this. It's a Too Slimy interview. Aaron, let's, okay, Resident Evil. Okay. Some Indian dude playing GTA 5. Okay. While listening to these stories, my chat decided it would be a good time to ask some super important questions. Do you think Hippo's an armpit or
really
scat,
no good
man?
answer to that,
Jesus Christ. But eventually, after 45 minutes of just dying and hearing the same stories from Mr. Hippo over and over again, I finally got the trophy. Oh my god, it's telling me the same story over and over again. Oh my god!
Not for you,
God damn it!
Of a time I was speaking to my good friend.
Please. I've been at this for 40 minutes.
I was on the last page. The breadcrumbs were frozen when I said I told you they're frozen. I'd been referring to the birds. You know, in hindsight, what I should have said was, and this would make perfect sense, why did you throw the breadcrumbs to the birds when the birds are frozen? He misunderstood upon my correction, stating that he didn't know what else to do with the breadcrumbs, and that perhaps, you know, when the birds thawed, they'd still be able to eat the crumbs. So I
Okay, is that it? Is the trophy supposed to pop? Yes! I was at that for 45 minutes. These next two trophies go hand in hand, which are Pond and Mine. For this, you need to view all the episodes of The Bear and the Fox and all the episodes of Toy Chica the high school years. Each time that you complete a night at a score of 700 points, so for example 700 on the roster and then 1400 for the second and so on, you will be greeted with an episode of either the Chica High School or Foxy Anime. There are 6 cutscenes for The Bear and the Fox and 7 Chica High School cutscenes. So for example, after I beat 4020, I got one of these cutscenes and I had zero clue what was going on. Intermission? What is this? Oh!
それで
Okay!
撃ったか
Oh!
それとも捕まえようとしただろうか
Okay!
笑いカワセミの服を着
Everyone, shut up!
た笑いカワセミの隣に座った私は何をしたのか私は何をしたのか全く覚えていないそれは傘と Foxy!
After doing some research, it seems that this anime is a rival between Freddy and Foxy. At the beginning of each episode, it showcases Freddy trying to come up with a plan to take down Foxy. But at the end of each episode, Freddy fails to take down Foxy. I really think this is trying to represent the bear as Cassidy, the spirit in Golden Freddy, trying to get revenge on William Afton, who would be Foxy in this case. But each time, Cassidy tries to get her revenge on William Afton, who keeps escaping death. The reason why I think this is because you can only get these cutscenes after you beat a night. And on the last cutscene, it even shows that in the end, the bear never took down Foxy. The easiest way to blow through these two trophies is by playing on 4920 until all the cutscenes happen. Not only does this give you insane practice for 5020, because you need to beat 4920 a total of 13 times for all the cutscenes, but this guarantees that you get the cutscenes because it's the max points that you can get with a 700 increment.
The
sun sets and the land returns to darkness. Joking? Everyone shut up, my show is on! And he's eating ramen.
私は何が来るのかを見ていた
For although my failures were many, it seems they can be measured as a victory. But this is not the end. I will pursue the fox.
私の周りの人は言った
Everyone shut up! My show is on! I will find him in whatever land he has fled
あまり
to.
にも多くの道場のジュースを持っていた
It is my destiny, and it is
そ
his.
して窓の下でそして下のアルパカの飲み
But for
物
now, I will eat these noodles.
ひどい匂いだった
Was that it? Oh, that was the last one? Finn! The end! Yay! That wasn't even that hard. The Toy Chica high school cutscenes work the exact same, but this time bring you through Chica's everyday school life, where it seems Chica has a new crush every day, which include Freddy, the Wolf, Toy Bonnie, Funtime Foxy, Puppet, and Pig Patch. I'm low-key starting to realize that Toy Chica is a bop. Joking? I want Chica to spit on me with her beak.
And grab him into the back. Things didn't work out as I'd hoped, and once again, I'm left with nothing but.
Can you shove that pencil in your ass and then in my mouth? Joking. Sorry. Baddie Chica. All right, trophy. Awesome. The last trophy I need to go before we can finally take on 5020 mode is called Never, which you get for hearing all the secret death dialogues. This one is awfully tedious, but luckily there are only 3 dialogues that I will need to go for. One for Happy Frog.
We've only just begun. I will never let you leave.
I will never let you rest.
One for Orville Elephant, but I already got this while playing, which is extremely lucky.
He tried to release you. He tried to release us.
Richtofen?
Let that happen.
Eggman Richtofen! Is he like part of the game or like? And Ned Bear.
This is how it feels. And you get to experience it over and over and over again. Forever. I will never let you leave.
Hearing their death dialogues are extremely lucky and have a 1 in 100 chance to play every time that you were killed by them. The easiest way to get their dialogues for this trophy is to turn on one character at a time at max AI level. I started with Happy Frog, go straight to the duck system, and then put the audio lure at the open duck so that they will instantly kill you. I got extremely lucky with Happy Frog's dialogue as it took me like only literally 3.5 minutes of nonstop dying by her to get it. Here? Death dialogue here?
We've only just begun.
Yes, I got it!
I will never let you leave.
Yes, that's it! I got it!
You rest.
Yes! That's the dialogue I got. But I wouldn't be able to say the same for Ned Bear because it took me 40 minutes of non-stop placing an audio lure in his duck system and having him kill me over and over and over again to finally get his dialogue. And I was starting to get impatient.
Whoops, that's gonna leave a mark.
My lord, man.
I was
just waiting for you to drop your panties. Shut up, man. But after 40 tedious minutes, I got it.
This is how it feels.
Oh, yes, I got it. That's it. That's the secret dialogue. Yes. We're done. We're done. We're done.
Forever.
Wait, where's the trophy? The trophy hasn't popped yet.
Let you leave.
Oh, shit. Is that it? Yes! We're done! And with finally everything out of the way, all of our preparation, all the extra trophies, it is finally time to hone in on the focus of our one last challenge. The reason why you guys are all here. 50-20 mode. Oh.
Positive 5 points.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, I did it! Oh my god! There is a reason why anytime you ask someone who's beaten 50-20 how hard it truly is, they will always tell you the first 40 seconds are the only hard part because of only one animatronic, and that's Funtime Foxy. When you add in Funtime Foxy, the beginning of a night goes from this to this. And that's because of 4 things: XOR, Funtime Foxy, coin farming, and the death coin. These are all terms that you will constantly hear from a 50-20 player, and of course, I'm going to explain them all. Before we can get into any strat explaining, I need to explain our last 2 threats on the roster: Funtime Foxy and XOR. Funtime Foxy is considered the hardest animatronic in this entire game, and that's because of his AI level. His AI level does not matter. Toggling him on 20 AI is the same as toggling him on 1 AI, and how he works is he has 3 random showtime hours: 1 AM, 2 AM, or 3 AM. This time is randomized at the beginning of each night, and you don't know which time it is. Once his showtime happens on either 1, 2, or 3 AM, you have to check his showtime, camera being cam 6, on the exact frame that it happens. Like, seriously, not joking. It cannot be a frame earlier or a frame later, and if you fail to do this, he will instantly jump scare you.
It seems you couldn't make it to my show, so I brought the...
If you successfully go to a Showtime camera right as it happens, it will be delayed by 1 to 3 hours. You could technically cam stall Femboy Foxy if you keep your camera on cam 6, but if you miss a Showtime, the instant that you pull up your cameras, he will jump scare you. And we all know this is not realistic anyway because we cannot get off a cam 2 in 50/20 mode, but spoiler alert, during 50/20 mode, we will not have to deal with Funtime Foxy at all thanks to a certain strategy I will get into soon. But before that, I need to cover the last and final threat in UCN, and that's XOR, who is basically an upgraded version of Dee Dee. XOR has a 1 in 1,000 chance to spawn on a normal night, which never happened to me, but she is 100% guaranteed to spawn on 50/20 mode and has half a chance to appear every 10 plus 1 second, so at 11 seconds, 22 seconds, and so on, with her last spawn chance being at 2 minutes and 51 seconds. But we're not going to want XOR to spawn after 22 seconds, and preferably want her to spawn at 22 seconds. Once XOR appears, she will start spawning in 6 different secret animatronics in this exact order. Shadow Bonnie from FNAF 2, Plush Trap from FNAF 4, Nightmare Chica from FNAF 4, Bonnet from Sister Location, who is my arch nemesis if you guys remember, and then finally Mini Renas and Lolbit, who are also from Sister Location. These secret animatronics always spawn 7 seconds after the last one, only appearing 1 time in the night and are at 10 AI by default. So if XOR spawns in at 11 seconds, the first animatronic will spawn at around 18 seconds, and the last one will spawn around 53 seconds. But when XOR spawns at 22 seconds, first secret animatronic will spawn at 28 seconds, and the last one will spawn in at 1 minute 4 seconds. Honestly, out of all these characters, the only real threats are Plush Trap and Nightmare Chica. Bro, I do not care. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I do not care about these XOR animatronics. The only one I care about is Plush Trap. Everything else, I just like don't even pretend is there. Like, bro, it is like XOR doing that shit all over my screen. Not even a problem. Fucking Lolbit, I'll just mash my controller till bro goes away. Bonnet, I'll just say fuck you until he goes away. Who else? Shadow Bonnie? He wishes he was relevant. Starting with Shadow Bonnie, after you see a new challenger has appeared and you've lifted up and pulled down the cameras, he will spawn in, darkening up your office for around 20 seconds. This only really affects you because you won't know what door you've closed unless you remember them based on the usage bar in the office. The next is Plush Trap, and he is the most important secret animatronic. Plush Trap always spawns 14 seconds after XOR spawns, so at 11 seconds, he will appear at 25 seconds, but if XOR spawns at 22 seconds, Plush Trap spawns at 35 seconds. Which I honestly prefer as it gives me more breathing room to prep our beginning setup. The way Plush Trap works is when he spawns in, he will spawn on Funtime Foxy's camera, which is cam 6, and generates a number between 700 to 1,199 frames, which is anywhere from 11.67 seconds to 19.98 seconds that he can sit on the camera before attacking you. This is always predetermined when the night starts, and you will never know how long he's at the camera for before attacking, so it's really a huge gamble. The minute he spawns in, his progress is increased by 1 per frame, and what you need to do is go into cam 6 and watch him for 100 frames, which is 1.66 seconds, and then he disappears for the entire night and never harms you again. If he crosses his limit of 700 to 1,199 frames, he will instantly kill you. Plush Trap is one of the biggest reasons why office stalling in 50/20 becomes a lot harder to manage in the first 40 seconds of the night, and is also a huge contributor to the reason why Toy Freddy is such RNG hell on 50/20, because we have to spend a lot of time on the camera. Moving on to Nightmare Chica, she's a real bitch to deal with, and she is the only reason why we will ever use the power AC tool. Her spawn is determined by XOR. If XOR spawns in at 11 seconds, Nightmare Chica will spawn in at around 32 seconds, but if XOR spawns in at 22 seconds, she spawns in at around 42 seconds. When she spawns in, her beak will be at the top of your screen and starts progressing at Y-710 and progresses by 1 per frame, which is a total of 11.83 seconds that you have before her beak reaches 0. Once it does, your ass is grass. To counter this, you need to use the power AC tool, which raises her beak at 4 value per frame. And once you get her back to her starting value of -710, she will be gone for the rest of the night. This doesn't seem hard in theory, but with everything else that you need to juggle in the night, you're going to see how annoying this becomes. My arch nemesis Bonnet is actually super forgiving. Once 28 seconds have passed since XOR has spawned, so 39 seconds of XOR spawns at 11 seconds, and 50 seconds of XOR has spawned at 22 seconds, Bonbon has a 50% chance to spawn at every 5-second interval after she's been activated by XOR. And once she does, all you simply need to do is click her nose, and then she's gone. But Bonnet is actually the only secret animatronic that has a chance to spawn back, as she reactivates exactly 1 minute after spawning in the office. The mini-arenas make an appearance back from Sister Location, but just like Bonnet, they are really forgiving. In FNAF Sister Location, these mini-arenas appear on your screen and never leave, staying throughout the whole night. But thankfully, the mini-arenas in UCN appear on your screen once, stay there for 2,000 frames, which is 33.5 seconds, and then leave. They will appear on your screen 35 seconds after XOR has spawned, so if XOR spawns at 11 seconds, they will appear around 46 seconds, or 57 seconds if XOR spawns in at 22 seconds. And lastly, the final animatronic we need to deal with in all of UCN is Mr. Lolbit, and he's so goddamn easy to deal with. He spawns in 42 seconds after XOR has spawned. Once those times have crossed, he has a 50% chance to spawn every 5 seconds. And once he does, all you need to do is use the right analog stick on your controller and press it down, right down, or do what I do and just flick it everywhere until he goes away. Lolbit will also disappear on his own after 16.68 seconds, which is equivalent to 1,000 frames, and he will never appear again. And there we go. That is every single animatronic explained in UCN. You guys now know how all they work, so now it's time to take on the last challenge UCN has to offer. Let's freaking do this. As I mentioned before, everyone who has completed 50/20 will tell you that the first 40 seconds of the night are insanely hectic. That's because when starting 50/20 mode, the setup has two major objectives. The first is getting 10 fast coins in around 20 seconds, and then having to death coin Funtime Foxy. The death coin is a special coin that costs 10 fast coins, and with this, you can use it to kill almost every animatronic. This is how we are going to get rid of Funtime Foxy entirely, so we can cam stall on camera 2 and not run the risk of missing his showtime. The way we are going to quickly get fast coins is with a method called coin farming. This is a method that abuses the mechanics of 3 animatronics: Balloon Boy, JJ, and Helpy. Every single time you open the cameras, both Balloon Boy and JJ have an AI in 30 chance to spawn, which pretty much guarantees every time you open the cameras, that side vent in the office will spawn in Balloon Boy and JJ, and you will get a fast coin. On top of this, it's almost guaranteed that Helpy will spawn on the top of the office every time that you pull the cams down, which is an additional fast coin. With this strat, we can basically spend the first 20 to 25 seconds of the night safely coin farming before any real threats happen. This is way easier said than done, and I struggled on it for a while, 2 hours and 52 minutes to be exact. My advice to you, and what worked for me, would be to turn on the following animatronics: Balloon Boy, JJ, Helpy, Golden Freddy, and Nightmare Balloon Boy. Simply load into a night and practice the motion, opening your camera, closing your camera, then throwing on your Freddy mask for Golden Freddy, while at the same time closing the side vent for BB or JJ, and then once you hear that thud, open the side vent. Click Helpy if he's there, and also check for Nightmare Balloon Boy and flash him if he's standing up. After around like 5 minutes of practicing, I got the motion down pretty well. Oh! Okay, well, there you go. I got 11 and 20 seconds. Look at that. But adding Night Marionette into the mix is where it became straight butt cheeks, because you need to avoid her on your screen while also making sure to click Helpy and flash Nightmare Balloon Boy on the other side of your screen. And I started becoming super overstimulated. Fuck you, Helpy! I didn't mean to flash him! Oh my fucking god, I hate Balloon Boy! Oh, I hate Nightmare Balloon Boy. Oh my god, he always gives me a fucking heart attack. Honestly, I am not fast enough with... I can't remember to do everything and coin farm. I can't remember to, like... Dude, I could do everything except coin farm successfully. Like, I remember everything I have to do. I know goddamn everything. I know GMB. I know how to get rid of Foxy. Bro, before you guys add any other animatronics into the mix, I want you to get used to farming at least 10 fast coins in 20 seconds. The best way I found for me what works is having my cursor all the way at the bottom left corner of the screen, flip the cameras up, then down, close the vent in the office while putting on my mask. After I hear the thud, open the right vent, click Helpy, and then hold down R2, immediately shoot over to the other side of the office, flash Nightmare Balloon Boy while he's standing up, hold down R2 again, shoot back over to that left corner of the office, and repeat this motion until you've gotten 10 fast coins. Literally practice this non-stop until you've gotten comfortable with farming fast coins. Once you have gotten comfortable with your coin farming abilities, I want you to add 2 more animatronics, the Puppet and Toy Freddy, because now we need to get comfortable with doing the initial 4920 setup with Toy Freddy and be able to maintain the music box while coin farming. Oh, I forgot about the fucking music box. Like, go fuck yourself. Here's the roster I strictly use while practice coin farming. You can add Phantom Freddy in there, but honestly, it's not needed as he's super forgiving. When going into the night, you're going to want to practice the setup for 4920. But after you head to Cam 8 and block off Mr. Hugs, this is where the setup is going to change a little bit. Instead of heading right to Cam 2 after blocking off Mr. Hugs, go to Cam 7, and then head off the cameras and start doing the coin farming process. Reason being is because Cam 7 is where you're going to need to buy the death coin before you head to Cam 2. Ideally, you want to have the initial setup completed in no longer than 5 seconds, since we are going to spend a hefty time coin farming. I found that 5 seconds is enough time and then gives me enough time to coin farm. While practicing this though, I realized that you need to be fast, but you can't be too fast. Hello? Why isn't it not spawning? Like, make sure to avoid zero frame flipping the cameras or both Helpy and Balloon Boy will just not spawn at all. And finally, the last thing that you guys need to get used to while coin farming is the Puppets music box. And I forgot about music box again. Guys, it's like actually so fucking hard to remember. Like, it's so hard to concentrate on coin farming and also remember the global music box. Oh my god. If you are fast enough, you can stop coin farming to take a second to turn off the fan and switch to the music box at 14 seconds. And then the instant that you switch over to the music box, get right back to coin farming like nothing happened. Putting this all together looks like this. And once you've gotten consistent enough at this first part, you are ready to move on to the next objective we need to do after coin farming, which is death coining Funtime Foxy, which I did after 3 hours of practicing coin farming. Hey, can I have my coins or no? I'm just wanting to know. You know, I'm just curious if I could... Chew, bubbles, chewy bubbles, like... Oh, thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know what I'm gonna use that $2 on? I'm gonna buy a stick of gum, and I'm gonna chew it, swallow it, and hopefully it suffocates me so I never have to play this fucking game again. You know what? How about you just take me and spread my ass cheeks and start digging around in there for some fossils? Oh, what's that? Oh, there's some fossils in there and some bones. Like, as you guys can see, I was only going a little insane trying to learn this mechanic. The first half of death coining is the initial setup, and then after you get off of Cam 7, click Rockstar Chica's wet floor sign so she gets cam stalled on Cam 2. Start coin farming. After you've reached 10 fast coins within 20 seconds, there are 2 strategies we can do depending on when XOR spawns. If XOR doesn't spawn by at least 22 seconds, you need to leave the run and restart. If XOR spawns at 11 seconds, make sure you get to 10 fast coins by the 20-second mark. Then put your cursor in the top right corner, right here where I have it. This allows us to open up the cameras and be immediately on the cam system tab. Once you've positioned your cursor, open the cameras at 26 seconds to avoid Rockstar Bonnie. But right before you open the cameras, be sure to close the left door and top vent in the office like we've practiced before. Then, once you're in the cam system, go to the vent system. This will despawn the Phantom Animatronics. Then immediately go back to the cam system. Buy the death coin, go to Cam 6, death coin Funtime Foxy, and wait for Plushtrap to head off his chair, which will happen at the same time. Then go to Cam 2, reset the ventilation, drop the cams, and play as you would like it's 4920. That's it. For when XOR spawns at 22 seconds, it's the exact same, and this is the strategy I preferred, as I felt like I had enough time to get more fast coins and handle everything. Once XOR spawns at 21 seconds, line up your cursor in the top right corner, and then get ready to switch from the global music box to the power generator and fan at 31 seconds. Then, at 34 seconds, open cams, go to the vent system, despawn the Phantom Animatronics, go back to the cams, buy the death coin, wait for Plushtrap to get off his chair, head to Cam 2, reset the ventilation, and then pull down the cams. Instant you pull down your cams, you need to put the Freddy mask on, and you have to do all that before the 39-second mark, because at 39 seconds, Rockstar Bonnie has an interval. And at 41 seconds, you will need to switch back to the global music box, turn your fan off, and then at 42 seconds, Nightmare Chica will spawn. So quickly switch to the power AC tool, which is only 1 tool above the global music box, then quickly switch back to the global music box. This is the official 50-20 strategy. When spawning into 50-20, turn off the fan. We do not need the fan until the second power gen cycle, which is at 31 seconds. I'd honestly recommend keeping the fan off whenever your office is at 70 degrees. This will save any unnecessary power drain. Immediately open the camera, go to the duct system, place an audio lure on the left side of the duct system, then head to cam 8, block the door off for Mr. Hugs, go to cam 7, then close the cams. You should have been able to do all that within 5 seconds. After closing cams, put on the Freddy mask for Golden Freddy, flash any Freddles that are in the office, and Nightmare Balloon Boy, and then put Rockstar Chica's wet floor sign on the right side of the office. Then run the coin farming routine that we've learned and get 10 fast coins in 20 seconds. Once XOR spawns at 21 seconds, place your cursor on the right side of the door like this and be prepared to close L-Chip's ad at 30 seconds. Turn the power gen and fan on at 31 seconds, open the cameras at around 33 to 34 seconds, go to the vent system, then go back to cam 7, buy the death coin, head to cam 6, death coin Funtime Foxy, and wait for Plush Trap to leave his chair. Once Plush Trap has left his chair, go to cam 2, reset ventilation, get off the cameras, put your mask on, deal with the animatronics in the office, and you want to be off the cameras at the 39-second mark. Then be prepared for Nightmare Chica to spawn in at around 41 seconds, and boom, you've done it. From this point on, it's just 4920 gameplay. And for 4 hours straight, I attempted to learn how to death coin Funtime Foxy. I attempted to learn how to death coin Funtime Foxy on 50/20 mode literally just one time, and I made it absolutely nowhere. During those 4 hours, I had something interesting appear on my desk. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh, who was that on the desk? Who was that? If you guys look closely, White Rabbit from FNAF World appeared on my desk, which is an Easter egg that randomly happens. Bounce Pot, White Rabbit, and Tangle from FNAF World all have a 1 in 10,000 chance to appear on your desk every time you flip your cams. And if you're lucky, more than one can appear on your desk. Since I've been attempting to death coin for so goddamn long, I happened to get lucky and get at least one. And at this point, I've been making no progress, and it began to really take a toll on me mentally as I kept dying to the same animatronics. Guys. So what I decided to do was go from 50/20 to 50/10, and this is where I finally got past the point of death coining Funtime Foxy.
Deposit 5 coins.
Come on!
Deposit 5 coins.
50/10 doesn't have XOR spawning, but at least with this practice of dealing with slower animatronics, I was finally able to get the motion down, and my first time playing 50/10, I made it to 4 AM. And yeah, guys, I know Foxy's in my room. Okay, well, that's fine. Well, at least we got to 4 AM. To get these 4 trophies, I will have to beat 55, 50/10, 50/15, and 50/20. So I decided I might as well play 50/10 and see if I can beat it on my first few runs, and I was actually able to. I have 5% power. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, we're just gonna sit here. I turned on the power generator, chat. But I might die. Because of the heat. I need to have the fan on, I'm sorry. I have to. I don't want to die of heat. Uh-oh. We made some progress! We made some progress! Trophy didn't pop though, so guess I'll just fuck myself. Finally, after hours and hours of trying to get anywhere, I finally made a dent and completed 50/10. But for some odd reason, the trophy didn't pop. So I moved on to 50/15 because, you know, 50/15 can't be much harder than 50/10, right? Like, literally actually fucking kill? Oh my god, bro. Like, how? It was 4 AM and Toy Freddy spreads my ass. Oh, what's in there? Oh, that's some corn? Oh, that's some leftover toilet paper? Oh, that's some hair in there. Like, yeah, so after over 2 hours of not getting past 1 AM, I got to 4 AM and I died to fat-ass Toy Freddy. Then I ran it back for another hour and got to 4 AM again, and that was interesting to say the least. Yeah, so I literally refused to get off until I beat 50/15. Like, I kept getting a 5 AM run after 5 AM run.
boogie booty. That
Yeah, and guess what, Foxy? I'm gonna come in your booty. Like...
You never stood a chance.
Like, I genuinely got to 5 a.m. about 6 times in this session, and then Scott Cawthon must have blessed me with his cornhole juice, because watch this. Well, this is the last vent reset. Please, Steve Cawthon, if you're listening. Oh, I only have... Holy shit. Oh, but I have like no power now. I'm just gonna sit here with... I have the power gen on. Guys, I'm like cooked. I have like no way... Oh no. I'm gonna have to switch back and forth. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. The trophy didn't pop, but I don't care. Yeah, so for some reason, again, the trophy didn't pop. Trophies not popping in UCN is a very common issue across Xbox and PlayStation, to the point where people had to replay 5020 multiple times for the trophy to pop. But luckily, a fix for this has been found thanks to True Player on YouTube. The fix is extremely simple. The issue that causes this is if you get jump scared in a night and pause the game and leave instead of letting the whole animation play out, the game thinks you're actually activating cheats in the game, which disables trophies. The only way to fix this is by reloading your game entirely, which makes the trophies become achievable again. So the solution here is to never pause your game and quit to the main menu if you get jump scared. Let the entire thing play out. Thank you, True Player, for finding a solution for all of us. This means I can go unlock the last 4 trophies, 55, 50-10, 50-15, and lastly, impossible for beating 50-20 only one time and not have to replay it multiple times. All I can do at this point is brute force 50-20 and just play until I eventually win. So that's exactly what I did. And for the first few hours, it was just me trying to successfully deathcoin Foxy, and I'd keep dying to just simple mistakes or Toy Freddy's RNG every single time that I brought the cameras up. Yeah, go fuck yourself. How about that? This game is left pocket down shit! Left pocket down shit! Like, I literally have so many hours of me just dying during the death coining process, it's pointless to show you guys. But finally, after many attempts of pushing through, I started to see a breakthrough. I was able to start getting past the point of death coin, finally, after all this time. And I actually got a personal best, but it unfortunately would not be the winning run.
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit
Oh, shit, Rockstar Bonnie, no!
5 coins.
No!
Thank you for depositing
Damn it!
5 coins.
Fuck! I knew at this point it was possible. If I could get to 3 a.m., I could easily keep progressing. My biggest issue wasn't even death coining anymore. It was dealing with Foxy now. I haven't gotten to this point of a 4920 run in so long that I genuinely was struggling to deal with Foxy, leading to this. So I already know I'm gonna die now. I don't have enough power, and Foxy's head's on the table. Wait, so can I do this at... I can't see for shit.
I hope you enjoyed the grand finale.
That was my first 4 a.m. run. I am slowly chipping at the hours and making huge progress. After putting the strat together for literal days, spanning across multiple streams, I finally got consistent enough, and this is what happened.
deposit 5 coins. Thank you for depositing 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Freddy doesn't like.
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
My game just fucking froze. My game just froze.
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
How the fuck did my goddamn game freeze and I'm alive? How the fuck did my game freeze and I'm alive?
Please deposit
Oh,
5
fuck.
coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Oh,
Please
fucking
deposit
shit.
5 coins. Thank you for depositing
Oh no,
5
Foxy.
coins.
Okay. The last reset's at 340, right?
I'm ready.
It's at 340, right?
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Freddy doesn't like.
You are attempting to trick Freddy. Please thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Oh god.
Don't get distracted.
Oh my god. Woo! Oh, oh, oh. Such a devastating run. I was literally less than 15 seconds away from winning. And the reason why I screwed up so bad is because at the end of the day, my nerves were so high and my anxiety got the best of me. And I forgot to change to the global music box. To calm my nerves and enhance my skill, I decided to throw on some proper gentleman's attire that was basically like cheating. And I turned into a complete fucking demon. I'm taking this goddamn stupid fucking piece of shit hoodie off. All right, I have came equipped with the proper attire. It is a shirt that is gonna make me play so much better. All right? Perfect. The best shirt on the market right here. All right? What you guys are about to watch is a moment you'll never want to forget. Doesn't matter, we're running it back. Don't care! Run it back! Like, don't care. So is XOR gonna spawn? Thanks, preach. Fucking piece of shit, good for nothing. Real quick, I want to point out how lucky I got. If you guys remember, I said that with this death coin setup, if you were doing it at XOR's 22-second spawn like I did, you would need to make sure to finish it before 39 seconds so you don't hit Rockstar Bonnie's interval. But if you look real closely, I hit the interval at 40 seconds. But for some reason, Rockstar Bonnie didn't spawn. And this is what happened. I'm good for Dillard! Like, fuck me. If you need to take a break, dog, I don't need a break. I promise you I don't need no fuck-ass break. Foxy in this bitch? Is he still in here? Oh my god. Is he still in here? I can't see. Oh my god. Is he still in here? Okay, no he's not. Fucking piece of shit.
Don't get distracted.
Bitch, I got my own. If I don't need security in the club.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Please deposit.
Nope, you can take the heater, bitch.
Thank you
Nope.
for depositing 5 coins.
Fucking piece of shit. Oh, fuck. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, no. That's fine, actually. It's actually not that bad. It's fine. Oh no. Oh no, I have no power. Fuck. Fuck. We're gonna switch between. Oh shit. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Oh my god, I did it! Oh my god! Oh my god, I fucking did it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, I did it! Oh my god! I did it! We fucking did it! Fuck yeah! I did it! Fuck yeah! Legalizing NAFs! That's goddamn right! 15 and 50 20. I cannot believe we did this shit. I cannot believe we did it. And with that, every single Five Nights at Freddy's game on PlayStation has officially been platinumed. Thank you guys so much for the non-stop love and support over this 3-year journey. This is truly the end of an era, and it's very bittersweet. But don't worry, guys. FNAF videos are not going anywhere. Nothing is coming to an end. This is only just the beginning. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.